respect, we strike. Your idols desecrated. Your myths defaced. Mystico unmasked before the world. No man is sacred in the eyes of Contra. Your champion crumbled by the black hand of Contra. Matt Riddle, humbled, defeated. This is not chaos. This is calculated. This is our holy war. Now, a new campaign begins. New soldiers will rise. New wars will be waged. Your world will be reordered in our image. This is the summer of Contra. Resist and be ruined. Hail Contra!
To my left, but also the one and only, one half of the Filthy Bros, Filthy Tom Lawler to my right. Tom, how about it?
Joe, we are here tonight in the Big Apple. This card is stacked, packed, loaded, goated, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't get any bigger than it does here tonight.
Aren't you excited, Tom? Because tonight we finally get to see someone kick Matt Riddle's teeth down his throat in KENTA.
Yeah, sure, I'm excited, but it's going to be to see Matt Riddle retain that MLW World Heavyweight Championship, and he walks out once again the King of Bros, baby.
Well, that could happen on either side of the fence here tonight. That is your world title match. Also, MLW National Openweight title to be decided. Alex Hammerstone, the very first champion, looks to reclaim it against the current champion, CMLL legend, Ultimo Guerrero. But before we get there, we have a surprise championship challenger, because keep in mind, Cesar Duran said the reigning MLW World Tag Team Champions, Los Depredadores, they would defend against a mystery team. We're about to find out who that tag team is as we send it to the ring. And Rich Palladino.
The following fight is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit, and it is for the MLW World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, from Mexico City, Mexico, at a combined weight of 178 kilos, they are the current reigning and defending MLW World Tag Team Champions, Rudiho y Magnus, Los Depredadores.
Well, you're taking a look in the foreground. That's Magnus. That is Lujido with the fangs. The reigning tag team champions upending Cozy Max a number of weeks ago.
Now, my intel, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but I heard the team might be the Mulkey Brothers. Let's find out.
I'm not sure if it was the Mulkey Brothers, but Rujido and Magnus have been proud tag team champions, defending it not just here in the United States, but down in Arena, Mexico as well. Their incredible series of matches with Dark Panther and Blue Panther Jr., Los Divinos Luganeros. We saw that matchup just a few weeks ago. The return match in Mexico City was in high regard as well. But Los Depredadores have told Cesar Duran, the president, they want to be looked at as the best team in MLW, bar none.
Good work, guys.
Seconds away. Oh no, it's bad already. Oh my God. Anytime St. Laurent's involved, you know the odds are stacked against whoever's on the other side of the ring. And there may be no better example than these two literal skyscrapers.
Accompanied to the ring by St. Laurent, Bishop Dyer, Donovan Dijak, the Skyscrapers!
You might want to double check your sources there, Austin. This is like the exact opposite of the multi-club.
It is, and I love it. My sources were wrong. But think, what did St. Laurent do to pull the strings to get the title match for these two behemoth men?
Probably some kind of shady backdoor dealing. Probably some money in an envelope to Cesar Duran. Who knows?
Yeah, welcome to the way the world works, Dombrowski. Money in an envelope. Sometimes you got to buy your way to the top.
Donovan Dijak, 6'7". Bishop Dyer, 6'8", jiu-jitsu practitioner. And both these men, dangerous on their own. Add the team, add the evil mind of St. Laurent, and Ruhido and Magnus in big-time trouble. And Dyer hits the ramp hard. Keep in mind, though, Ruhido and Magnus, we talked about it. We saw their defeat of Max, Kojima, and Okumura down in Arena, Mexico, part of that CMLL tour with MLW, a week-long series of action. So you can't count out these two men. They've already beaten some of MLW's best. As Magnus comes in with a Tiger Bane kick, and the double team takes the 260-pounder down.
We've seen them be willing to do whatever it takes to win, too, against the Panther offspring, I guess you could say.
Well, right now, I mean, they're going to have to use their speed to their advantage. Their tag team maneuvers, 2-on-1. Listen, both these gentlemen, Dijak and Dyer, are big men, but they're still a new tag team.
True, Nomad, Bishop, Dyer, but we've seen the damage they've done before. Keep in mind, back at Battle Riot 7, they and St. Laurent masterminding that attack with that steel pipe on Riddle that seriously injured Riddle's ribs, and I'm not sure if Riddle's still 100% to this day. Ruhido and Magnus, of course, used to the Lucha Libre rules, but in this matchup remains to be seen how much Lucha tags will be tolerated versus the hand-to-hand contact. But either way, Ruhido and Magnus realize they have to make liberal use of those exchanges where both men are in the ring in any way possible. And Dijak, the referee should be counting the champions, but Dijak making it worse.
Listen, you get away with whatever you can. Whatever the referee will allow you to get away with, you do.
Yeah, especially in a situation like this, they've been blindsided.
Yeah, it's hard enough to prepare for mystery opponents, much less these two guys.
2 count only, and certainly that is a situation that Los Depredadores agreed to. They realized they would not know the identity of their opponents until tonight. And anybody in MLW's tag division, or anybody good enough to be in MLW, certainly would not be a give-me. It would not be an easy title defense, but there you see Magnus trying to struggle to the top.
And that cost him, too.
Yeah.
Big time.
Oh, tried to have that urgency, but I think his brain was thinking a little quicker than his body could react, and Dyer takes advantage of that buckle bomb. Dijak, all that power, hurling Magnus right into the corner of those steel guardrails. And Dijak the boot.
It's a size 13 right there, right upside your head.
That's it. I got a bigger size shoe than that.
They prove it. Let's see.
Well, let's not get into that here on the air, please. Dijak sends Magnus back in the ring. Magnus, of course, part of last year's Field of the Opera Cup. Remember a matchup with Mystico, named after the Roman Emperor Magnus Maximus. And all of that history and lore, maybe for nothing here. The double back suplex at Dyer, nearly able to score an MLW championship. Really still fresh into his Major League Wrestling career. Brand new here.
The impact he's made in such a short time is undeniable, though.
He's fought across many different styles, like we talked about. Pro wrestling, boxing. trying his hand at jiu-jitsu now.
He didn't come here to wait his turn. He came in here to knock some doors down and take what he wants.
Yeah, scored a championship at the IBJJF Pan Championships, and has certainly only been continuing to study that discipline, that style from there. And he was dangerous before, but the more he diversifies that tool belt, and the angrier Dijak gets, lends itself to their dominance. Keep in mind, some people think after Azteca Lucha, Dijak should be MLW World Champion. And that if not for Mads Krul Kruger coming out with his Gravity Gamble briefcase, St. Laurent may already control Dijak and the MLW World title.
And I'd have to agree with that.
That's incorrect. That's an incorrect statement. You may be the only person
I didn't
that's
ask,
going around
I didn't ask
saying
your
that.
opinion.
I'm going to get it regardless.
Let's talk about right now how they're cutting this ring looking like a well-oiled tag team.
Dijak went into the cover, talking some trash to Ruhido as well. Dijak's so tall, he doesn't need to drive down to the canvas with his opponent. He just lets him go from 7, 8, 9 feet in the air and lets gravity take over.
They're again backing him in their own corner, keeping the man as physically far away from his own corner as possible. That's good tag team strategy.
Austin, are you surprised by how well they're working together, being that this is really one of the first times they've even strategized together, let alone teamed?
I'm not, because these are both intelligent individuals, so they understand the art of tag team wrestling. Even if they haven't done a lot of it in their careers or together, they understand the strategy, and they got St. Laurent out there to help them.
Magnus battling desperately. When you're a luchador, oftentimes you want to create distance, and Dyer a wild swing, but mistimed it. And Magnus has an opening.
Caught the other one.
Oh,
didn't catch the third.
That Enziguri, and you can see Dyer got rocked.
I wasn't expecting it.
But now you're going to hear and feel the roar of Ruhido, who scores the missile drop kick. Not just an accomplished luchador into the cover for one that time, but a man who trained for 6 years in Olympic and Greco-Roman style wrestling. Ruhido knows a lot of ways to hurt you as well, but we'll see what he chooses to try to chop down the size of Dijak. Nice elevation on the crossbody. Dijak in trouble, 2 count only.
He's got to try to use his speed and quickness and agility. I don't think he's going to be able to lock up a belly-to-belly suplex on Dijak and get him over, but he sure has plenty of other weapons in that arsenal.
Guys, you have to string a few things together here. What is this? Going to try to pick the man up.
Attempted a fireman's carry is what it is.
Yeah, it's 260 plus. Ruhido tries to elevate it. Dijak, that long leg, takes out Magnus before Magnus could even do anything. And a choke slam down style. My God, that'll do it right there. No, a kick out.
We were that close to new tag team champions right there.
And can you imagine, Tom, the mental state of Dijak if he's that close to 2 different championships and still comes up short? That could happen.
God, we're never going to hear the end of it. Donovan Dijak, his own favorite wrestler. I can only imagine if he gets a couple belts.
Imagine what St. Laurent will say about it. Low bridge by Ruhido.
St. Laurent would need a few belts to get one around.
And Dyer with a waistlock. Nice standing side switch.
Impressive.
German with a bridge. Nicely done.
There was that Greco-Roman wrestling background there.
And I'll bet you that caught Bishop Dyer by surprise. He's not used to men taking him off his feet like that.
Yeah, but Ruhido able to get his hips underneath the 6'8" Dyers and leverage him over, and a textbook bridge nearly put him away. And Los Depredadores have an opportunity, though the door's open, but for how long as Dyer just smothers him?
Yeah, that door might have closed right there.
Dyer so forceful, so overwhelming, never lets up. But Ruhido creates that distance. Oh, what a chop.
No let up on that either.
Oh, Dyer.
Just too big. He's just too big. Oh, there was a tag.
Insane power.
Watch this.
Ruhido has no idea. Dyer's not the legal man anymore. Death Valley driver. Dijak from the top.
Lucha.
My God. We have new tag team champions.
Here are your winners and new MLW World Tag Team Champions, Bishop Dyer and Donovan Dijak, the Skyscrapers. Skyscrapers!
St. Laurent is absolutely elated by this news, and here's how it happened. What an incredible moonsault by Donovan Dijak, and the Skyscrapers are now MLW World Tag Team Champions, gentlemen.
You don't have to like it, boys, but you better accept it. You better respect it, because the Skyscrapers with St. Laurent are now the champions.
Bishop, Dyer, Donovan Dijak have their first taste of MLW gold, with St. Laurent right in the middle pulling the strings, and Los Depredadores not leaving. Well, Guerrero and Magnus apparently want to do the right thing and show respect to the men that beat them. They may not like it.
Trying to hawk their spotlight is what they were doing, Joe.
They were trying to be the bigger
They're not
man.
the champions anymore. Get out of the ring. This is their time. This is Bishop Dyer and Donovan Dijak's time to shine.
Clear to see what kind of champions the Skyscrapers are going to be from the jump. Who's going to stop Dyer and Dijak, the Skyscrapers, as the champions? Ladies and gentlemen, later tonight, Mystico will be joining us. We hope to get an update on his condition. And the last time...
My name is Akira Kwan, the Concrete Dragon.
Akira Kwan is not the middleweight champion. He stole the belt at Battle Riot and has been walking around with it as if it belongs to him.
You will now call me the Lucha Hunter.
Oh, hey, Kwan, you stepped the net. You want to make a statement? Kwan, get the mask!
I don't care about tradition. I don't care about legacy.
Kwan may not be the champion, but with Contra behind him, it may be hard for anyone to take that belt away from him.
None of you are going to stand in the way of Contra Unit.
The following fight is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 250 pounds, Brock Anderson!
Certainly more in the Akira Kwan Mystico issue as we move on tonight at Summer of the Beast. Joined by the son of pro wrestling excellence, Brock Anderson, set for one-on-one competition. Of course, best known as a member of the Rogue Horsemen, but back at War Chamber, we saw an accidental errant shot from Brock to BRG. The Rogue Horsemen fell apart from there. The Anderson DDT, and Brock Anderson no longer under the control of anybody else. Still a great relationship with his cousin CW. Certainly their opportunities in the tag team division not done by a long
and
shot.
His opponent,
let's see how Brock does on his own.
from Danger Town, USA, weighing in at 211 pounds, the alternative, Anthony Greene.
Anthony Greene has been a success all over the world. Former tag team champion in Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan. 13-year pro. His travels have taken him everywhere from Mexico to India, all points in between. Anthony Greene is a student of the game, and if anybody has watched a lot of video on the Anderson name, the Anderson lineage, it might just be Anthony Greene himself.
Anthony Greene has every single tool you could ever want to be a star in this professional wrestling business. And he's looking to get to the top of MLW.
I disagree, Tom. He's missing one ingredient. He's not mean. You got to be mean at some points in that ring. And you know what Brock Anderson can be? He can be mean because he's an Anderson. Wrestling royalty, the Andersons.
Maybe Brock will force that mean out of Anthony Greene, who calls himself the new school wrestler with the old school feel, kind of the best of both worlds. Man who fashioned himself a high wrestling IQ, but you want to talk wrestling IQs, you got to talk about somebody like Brock, who's technically been a part of this sport since the womb.
Exactly. He was learning before he even knew he was learning, the things that he was being exposed to.
Aggressive tie-up, as we want to remind everybody watching live across the world on YouTube to subscribe. Get all the up-to-date news and future videos of Major League Wrestling. A lot of great live and free specials coming your way in the months ahead, courtesy of Major League Wrestling. We thank all of you for joining us tonight here in New York City for Summer of the Beast. And not the first time Brock's felt a chop like that. You can see the handprint early from Anthony Greene. Put a lot of force behind that, but Brock just trying to shrug it off.
Greene working the headlock repeatedly.
Yeah, I like the Greene trying to keep head control over Brock. Brock was looking for something explosive. Greene looked to shut it down, and that close confines. So a lot of times when the luchadors are out here, guys, I say distance creates opportunity. When you grab a headlock like that, you cut away the opportunity.
You see that by Anthony Greene right there? That's a nice, yeah, he distracted him by pulling his knee pad down there. When he had him distracted, he just caught him with a quick little right hand.
There's that high wrestling IQ that he talks about.
And Brock gave him one right back.
Yeah, well, you better have a high pain threshold as well, because as you can see just the force, the intensity of those shoulder thrusts in the corner. Brock Anderson does not know how to do anything half-assed. It is full throttle all the way.
Yep, one direction, that's forward. No nonsense, all business when he's in that ring. And right here, here's typical. That's vintage Anderson right there. Take the arm, start picking it apart.
Yeah, this is an old school move here.
Yeah.
See if Anthony Greene did his research, that high ring IQ. I always got to wonder about a guy that calls himself smart, you know?
Old school meeting new age. I'm not sure if that's something Anthony came up with or something his peers did, but I guess we'll have to look into that.
I'm one of his peers. I didn't come up with it.
Oh, look out! Brock went to charge with a shoulder, and notice Brock hit behind the turnbuckle pad into that steel turnbuckle that has even thinner padding on it, and now into the post.
Anthony Greene giving it right back. Said, you target my arm, I'll target yours. And maybe I got to take it back. Maybe Anthony Greene does have a little bit of meanness in him. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
And Greene buries the kicks right into the corner, and maybe this is a little bit of the aggression that you wanted to see out of Anthony, Austin.
It is.
I mean, it is an attitude we don't usually see out of him. I'll give you that.
Well, I tell you what, you know, got the Opera Cup coming up.
Sure do.
Wouldn't mind seeing these guys in there. Wouldn't mind seeing Anthony Greene and this newfound aggression in there.
I think either would be great for the field of 16 as Anthony into the cover, hooks the leg.
I heard it might be the most impressive field of 16, the greatest field of 16 that's ever seen the Opera Cup.
Wouldn't surprise me. Opera Cup outdoes itself year after year. Filthy Tom Lawler, former Opera Cup trophy holder in his own right.
Proud winner of the Opera Cup. One of the greatest moments of my career was winning that, hoisting it up above my head.
140 years of history. But you want to talk about history, certainly the Anderson family, from Arn to Ole to Gene to Lars to Brock. So much damage done. And Greene,
caught him.
Yeah, just check out that ring positioning, the wherewithal of Brock to grab onto the rope to prevent himself being whipped across. And Brock hasn't been competing a terribly long time. Oh, my God. Brock putting all of his weight behind that. The things Brock does is not becoming of a young man in his 20s. It's becoming of a 20-year-plus veteran.
Well, you know, listen, technique-wise, he was learning from one of the best. You see that right hand. Looks just like his father's right hand. Very effective. The spine buster, the DDT.
Well, certainly Brock stood out in War Chamber, which his father, Arn Anderson, was in the leadoff position many, many times, the likes of former MLW star, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. So Brock continuing in that legacy as well.
Yeah, Brock stands out because he's so intense with his fundamentals. Look at what we've seen out of him so far. Knee lifts, punches, all stuff put out there to inflict damage. You know, not to look flashy. He's out there to get the win.
Haven't seen him pander to these stupid people once.
Stupid people?
I said it. We're in New York, aren't we?
Check out Greene with a neck breaker. 2 count only. What do you got against New York City?
How long you got? Let's call the match.
Why are we so profane when you're in this building? Anthony Greene with a chin lock.
Something about this building.
And look at Brock. Brock just immediately turned inward and started firing shots. Did not wait a second when he saw an opening. jockeying for position. Gonna get the suplex counter.
Let that blood rush to the head. Let him think about it for a while.
Greene trying to kick his feet to shift the leverage, but he can't. Brock had that firmer grip.
Stick with the basics, done unbelievably well.
I'll tell you what, you know, Brock right now, you think, is he looking for his tag partner? Is he looking for somebody maybe from his faction? Because that's the environment he's been in recently. He's out there by himself tonight. Ain't nobody else.
I think Brock looking to show everybody he could be his own man if there was any doubt about it. Certainly, Brock is shutting those critics up now. Sidewalk slam, and Greene slides his shoulder. You can see the pain and the punishment that's been placed on Greene. He's wearing that all over his face.
Yeah, just had 260 pounds of Brock Anderson coming down on top of him.
There's a reversal. That Anderson spine buster, no!
Kind of scouted.
Up and over, sunset flip. Could have him. 2 count only. Greene certainly has the advantage when you're talking years pro. Miles traveled. Oh! Look at that hook kick. Caught Brock in the face from behind him. And over the top he goes.
Not where you want to be.
And an offensive explosion from Anthony Greene when maybe a standard athlete would have been down and done. Anthony Greene, the alternative, continues to turn up the volume.
Yeah, if he can keep the pace going fast here, he stands a better chance of putting Brock away.
They're trying to figure out which corner is going to be the right distance away. Taking a little extra time here.
Moonsault! Out of the thrust kick, caught him on the jaw. Brock out of nowhere!
That's it.
The stop of the Anderson DDT. No compare in wrestling today.
Here is your winner, Brock Anderson!
Brock Anderson proves a lot. He's tough as hell. He's bad to the bone, and he is certainly his own man, victorious in one-on-one action tonight. Brock Anderson, the victor, but another great one-on-one. In the neon heart of Tokyo fashion, one name stops the cameras cold. Yuki Kamifuku. Runway ready at 5'8". She broke out of Toyo University's beauty scene, captured magazine covers, then stormed the ring, snatching the International Princess, Queen of Asia, and BPW women's crowns along the way. Famouser, Big Boot, Manjigatami. When the flashbulbs pop, Kamifuku answers with kicks that echo like thunder. Opposite her, the stage lights dim for J-pop's shooting star, Wakana Uehara. From chart-topping idol units to the squared circle, she traded the mic for a mouthguard, debuting on New Year's Day 2023, toppling the rookie tournament, even daring to slug it out with legend Aja Khan. At 5'4", Uehara slices through the air with her space-rolling elbow and a lightning-fast brainbuster that drops rivals before the baseline hits the chorus. Together, they dazzle TJPW audiences as the tag duo overeats until opportunity, Major League Wrestling, drove a stylish wedge between friend and partner. Supermodel versus J-pop star, glitter versus spotlight, fashionista versus the J-pop voice. When glamour cracks and mascara runs, whose dream shines brightest? Will Kamifuku's killer heel kick stomp out the tube? Or will Uehara's idol spirit hit the final high note? Fashion, music, combat. Two Japanese icons, one spotlight. Don't blink. The curtain call could be a knockout.
Un grupo de idiotas son los que trabajan allá. De verdad es que no entiendo, son tan incompetentes. Los llamo después porque no puedo.
El campeonato de peso medio fue robado y lo peor, lo escupieron. Le faltaron el respeto a la lucha libre y vengo a que la respeten.
Templario, El Guerrero León returns. It's not ancient times anymore. In this era, it's not enough to want something. You have to take it. This is your crusade.
Talk is cheap, Templario. Even for a warrior. What makes you think that you deserve a title shot?
Yo vengo a defender mi honor, la historia de la lucha libre, a México, MLW. Y Corocón le faltó el respeto, y eso lo va a pagar con sangre.
Prove it. Show me that you're a warrior, not a wannabe. Do something that makes me believe you're worth it. That was easy.
The following fight is the battle of the Japanese idols, and it's set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Kanagawa, Japan, Wakana, Uehara!
Well, Cesar Duran lighting a fire under Templario as he wants a shot at the MLW middleweight title. Still remains to be seen when and how we're going to solve the vacancy there. Templario, of course, previously pinning Mystico in MLW. Take a look at Wakana Uehara now, the dream-chasing one herself, J-pop shooting star in this battle of the Japanese idols. Wakana Uehara, the least experienced of the two, debuted New Year's Day 2023 as we spotlighted in that video. But has won the Next Generation Tournament 2023, beat Himawari in the finals, and has, in addition to her success in the ring, has been part of several different J-pop bands. So a very large, loyal fan base from multiple different mediums.
Yeah, I love her music.
Really? You said something nice about somebody?
All the time, just not you.
Oh, my mistake. Well, we'll see if the support of Austin Aries can help motivate Uehara to victory.
Also hailing from Kanagawa, Japan, Yuki Kamifuku!
She's known as the casual beauty. Yuki Kamifuku is right at home on the runway, dominating the presence, making everybody soak in the moment. All eyes on her, the spotlight bright. And Kamifuku has taken that into pro wrestling as an 8-year pro, a Tokyo Joshi Pro original. She won a tournament in 2020 to become International Princess Champion, defeating 8 other women in that bracket to fill that vacancy. She also was the champion in VPW, which, by the way, is Vietnam Pro Wrestling. So she's seen success in multiple countries, and you can tell by the poise, the presence, the timing. This is far from Yuki's first time in front of a camera.
Taking her time, working the runway on the way down.
Well, and there's something to be said about a poise, a comfort zone, a confidence when you're used to being in high-pressure situations. And certainly, both of these athletes are in and out of the ring, but there just seems to be something about Yuki that puts her on another level.
Oftentimes, things move so fast when you're in there in competition. If you can slow things down in your mind, it works out well. The results speak for themselves so far.
Well, we talked about also in that video look that these two athletes have been partners in a tag team called Uber Eats, but we'll see who delivers a victory or their win-loss record.
You say Uber Eats?
Oh,
Oprah?
never mind. I'll get you the closed captioning later. And looking for an eye poke is Yuki Kamifuku.
There we go. I love it.
Yeah, she's not going to be able to read the closed caption after that.
Uehara able to use her size and quickness.
I'll have a chat with her, let her know if you use your thumb, it's a little more effective.
Yeah, that's the kind of coaching we need here in pro wrestling. As you can see on the bottom of your screen, MLW on tour, upcoming fights. Get your tickets soon, trust me, because we have been on a sellout streak that is second to none throughout 2025, back into 2024, and I guarantee you, if you wait too long, you're going to be left in the dark of some of the upcoming MLW events for the rest of 2025.
Yeah, sold out every show that I've been commentating.
Thanks for the house.
Look at that athleticism right there, that cartwheel.
It's been happening long before that, Austin.
Which creates let Austin live in Austin's world. And a head full of hair, and so apologetic is Yuki Kamifuku.
You know, both these women, because of their backgrounds, are used to performing in front of large crowds.
Yes.
The atmosphere is not going to be too big for them. Tom, as you were saying, it's not going to be too fast in there. And you can see the comfort level of both of them in that ring.
Oh, nice straight boot.
I don't know how comfortable Uehara is after that boot.
Those long supermodel legs, putting them to good use.
Kamifuku, oh, nicely done with a drop kick. I actually grew up for a period of time in Ohio, believe it or not, into the cover 2 count only, where family relocated for a time to the United States. So not her first time over here in the U.S.
Now you really know she really had to overcome some adversity.
What do you mean?
Ohio.
Oh, nice people in Ohio. Nice shot. And there you see, we were talking about it a bit ago. I believe you touched on it, Tom, just the reach advantage that comes with the side. Oh, but a nice explosive drop kick by Wakana Uehara.
There's no reach advantage when you're down on the ground.
That's true.
You almost wonder if she kind of like sucked her in there, a little false sense of security, lured her in with that drop kick.
And what a great matchup this is when you think about the MLW featherweight division. Certainly these two athletes, Miyu Yamashita, Persephone from CMLL. We know Shotzi's on her way to MLW, and so many others that won a shot at the MLW Featherweight Championship. Big bad Kaiju Shoko Nakajima, the reigning champion, has to be watching closely because the contenders, as always, are beginning to assemble. And there's that Manji Katami that we saw focused in that video, and the leg strength, the ability to wrap around the smaller frame of Uehara. Austin, Tom, tell us what this does, what this feels like.
I mean, listen, she's got the limbs to perform this move to a next level, but you're pulling the body in all different directions, right? So it's going to take away your core strength, your breath, it's pulling on your shoulders. Just a real effective submission.
Uehara was able to get to the ropes. Maybe a little bit of desperation, a little bit of luck, but now finds herself thrown into that boot scrape right across the side of the face.
Kamifuku had switched to a sort of a choke with her legs, which actually allowed Uehara to get to the ropes there, but it didn't allow her to take advantage.
Kamifuku about a 4 or 5 inch height advantage on Uehara, and uses every bit of it to get these shots off at a near fall. I mean, Uehara can't even fight back at this point because Kamifuku can connect with her outside of striking distance.
I think what I'm most amazed by is Kamifuku's hair is barely moved. It still looks fantastic, just like when she walked out here. She really is a supermodel.
Well, when you're a supermodel, you know that perception is reality and image is everything and not a hair out of place. And Uehara doesn't care right now because she is an opening to fire on all cylinders, but you can see that Kamifuku has her legs under her, and Uehara just trying to string something together.
Now, notice Kamifuku hasn't been able to turn left. I mean, perhaps some of that supermodel training.
There it is.
Yeah, the airy special followed by the straight boot.
Thumb right to the eye. Works every time.
And that speaks to the competitive nature because keep in mind, former tag team partners, good friends, but all that's out the window here.
Yeah,
and
not tonight.
Oh, nice reversal by Uehara. Got underneath Kamifuku.
There's a triangle lancer. Yeah, the triangle lancer. I haven't seen this in a long time.
Yeah, that's one of Uehara's specialties. She calls that the banana pillow.
I have a banana pillow.
Please don't elaborate. And there you see, quickly to the ropes, Kamifuku, of course, these athletes being former partners, she knows the damage that Uehara can do.
What a smart maneuver. What a smart maneuver. Used the bottom ropes to break and then sucked her in and countered her right there.
Smart and a level of dexterity and leg strength that we really don't see very often. Once again.
Yeah, Kamifuku is able to, use techniques that I've quite frankly never seen before. I've never seen anybody else use that tactic. Pull her in with a head scissors and just drive her face first into the mat.
Maybe she learned it on the runway.
I think she was looking famouser that time, but Uehara was able to slip out of harm's way, come through with a sunset flip, shoulders down, stacks up the weight, and a kick out. Now rolls through jackknife style and couldn't put her away. this becomes the issue when you talk about size discrepancy. How do you position that weight to keep the shoulders trapped?
And keep her in the center of the ring so she doesn't have the ropes as an escape.
And 2 count only again.
And that was her best opportunity right there to get the win because she had her in the center of the ring, just like you mentioned.
J-pop idol Uehara is Brazilian. She's been in 3 different bands. Oh, workout suplex. But is in the lead position here to try to fend off Kamifuku. But that size and that leverage continues to play a factor as now Yuki measures her.
Creating that space. There it is.
And a leg lariat connects. Hooks the leg deeply, and Yuki Kamifuku gets the win.
Here is your winner, Yuki Kamifuku.
Great outing for both these athletes. I love the competitive spirit in our featherweight division.
There it is.
That's what did it. The long reach of that leg wrapping around the neck. Really nowhere for Uehara to go.
Yeah, each woman was willing to pull out the stops, go into their bag of tricks to try to get the win, despite obviously their mutual respect for one another. You love to see it.
Still friends afterwards.
Do you love to see it? I don't know, if somebody poked me in the eye, I wouldn't be their friend 20 minutes later.
No, I meant I'd love to see you get poked in the eye.
Well, why don't you try it?
You're wearing sunglasses.
Check out the flowers, the show of respect handed to both of these absolutely incredible athletes, these bona fide Japanese idols, as the appreciation is rained down from New York City as well. But I hope Shoko Nakajima's watching, MLW featherweight champion, because Yuki Kamifuku was an impressive debut, and I wonder how the big bad kaiju can stack up to the leg strength of Yuki Kamifuku. Oh, wait a minute. Well, there's another question pertaining to the MLW featherweights. We wondered what would happen when Shotzi arrived on the scene, and we're not going to have to wait another single second. The ballsy badass Shotzi has a broken ulna in her left arm, but it couldn't stop her from making her Major League Wrestling debut live with the world watching in New York City. What's on the mind of Shotzi?
Yuki! From one badass to another, I gotta tell you, you are impressive. The MLW women's division is about to enter a new era of excellence. It is about to be on fire. And Yuki, you just lit the match.
Well, thank you for what you said. Maybe I understand. And I'm so happy. Yeah, I want to wrestle more in US and maybe one day, maybe wrestle with you. Yeah.
I'm down.
Why not? Love to see it.
I'm in.
Now that is what I'm talking about, Yuki. See, I knew I liked you. You know, that would be a total dream match for me to throw down with you right here in MLW.
Pretty good matchmaker so far.
One day, Yuki, let's do it.
Let's do it right now.
We got a brand new MLW featherweight dream match on our hands. Great respect to Yuki and the fans, showing their adulation to Shotzi as well. But wait a minute. That's Ava Everett. We've seen her many times before.
Give me that microphone, Shotzi Blackheart. Aren't you so cute? MLW's women's division, they talk about Ava Everett. Yes, they do. I'm an international superstar, and actually I've been here much, much longer than you have. So you think you can go ahead and cut to the front of the line? What are you gonna do? You know, Ava, you talk some big crap for someone who has never backed it up in the ring. You want to throw down right now? Let's do it.
Oh, we may have another fight break out.
Another match made. Let's go.
Shotzi with a broken arm, but not going to let that deter her. And now, wait a minute.
Well, here's the person that can make the match happen.
The Vice President of Wrestler Relations, Selena De La Venta.
Ladies! Por favor! Come on!
That means please, Joe.
As the new Vice President of Talent Relations, we always want to bring the best women to MLW and to bring the best fights. So it's evident that you two want to tear each other apart. So it's done. Let's make it official. At Blood and Thunder, it's going to be Shotzi Blackheart versus Ava Everett. That's it.
Let's go.
No delays, nothing else, just a fight.
Wow. Blood and Thunder, that's going to be our next big special here on YouTube. And I can't wait to see Shotzi and Ava Everett go one-on-one. The hostility is already at a fever pitch. The featherweight division on fire. Earlier today, a focused and determined KENTA arrived at the building, ready to challenge Mac Riddle for the MLW World title. It's your main event. But first, our cameras caught up with two men always ready for a fight, Paul London and Paul Walter Hauser.
Yo, Paul. London. Hey. What's up, dude? I just looked everywhere for you. You're hanging out in the staircase alone? Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't want to be around anybody.
Okay, well, I just wanted to find you to say the match was awesome. I know it wasn't a win, obviously, but you still had another banger with Neon, man. I'm sure there'll be a third one to blow it off, right?
Yeah, there'll be a third one to blow it off, and a fourth one. Like, dude, I can beat that kid. I can beat him.
I know you can. I think you know you can, right? And dude, look, I know I've been injured. I had a million things wrong with me. Obviously, I gotta smarten up, or I'm gonna get clobbered in this ring, but I am coming back. When I'm back, you and I, it's not going to be another war chamber where I miss out. You and I are going for those tag team titles.
Tag team titles! Yeah, tag team titles. The third-rate title. I don't know, dude. I've had tag team titles. I'm sorry. I've had tag team titles, man.
Yeah.
And I would love to have one with my friend. I would love to. I'm trying to accept that I'm not just some novelty attraction, because that's what it feels like. And I can beat that kid. I know I can, man. I'm not just some, like, oh, look at this, man, look who we have on the show. I can still go. I can still go. I know I can, dude.
I know you can. I know you can, man. You can still go, but don't go.
Yeah, I'll go.
Welcome to the land of fights. Grudge fights, title fights, bloody fights, fast fights, dangerous fights. Unfiltered fighters who show no mercy. They journey to one place. It's called Fightland. Major League Wrestling, where the fights find you. Live from Dallas, Texas, September 13th on YouTube and beIN Sports.
It predates the airplane, the automobile, the very idea of televised sport. The Opera Cup, born in the grand halls of the 1800s, returns this summer. 16 elite competitors representing Major League Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and CMLL will battle across 5 cities. And it all begins Saturday night, August 9th at Blood and Thunder on YouTube and beIN Sports. 4 rounds, 1 cup. Who will etch their name on the sport's oldest prize? It all kicks off this summer. It's the 2025 Opera Cup, presented by Major League Wrestling. Well, I'm excited. I know you are too, Tom, about the Opera Cup, one of the most exciting times every single year for Major League Wrestling. But did I see that bracketing right? Did I see your name in there, Austin Aries?
Is that what you saw,
That's
Joe?
what I saw.
Did you see that?
Yes.
I saw that. Yes, it's happening. I told you, the greatest Opera Cup ever. 2025. You're sitting next to the winner. How does it feel?
Austin Aries in the 2025 Opera Cup. But Filthy Tom, we know every year there's a very, very competitive field.
Yeah, the absolute best wrestlers on planet Earth from every style try to place their hand, try to place their name atop the echelon. They try to be on that trophy. They try to be the best wrestler in the world. Austin Aries, can you do it?
I guess we'll find out, Tom.
I hope you're ready.
I guess we'll find out.
Does that mean you don't like being up here with me?
Yeah, maybe, Tom, you can hang out up here. Maybe I've had my fill of this commentary desk.
Gee, already? Let's hang out back in the ring with Rich Palladino.
The following fight is set for 1 fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first from Virginia Beach, Virginia, weighing in at 185 pounds, Dive Bomb Diego Hill.
Our first experience of Dive Bomb Diego Hill in MLW. About a 5.5-year pro based in the state of North Carolina, but also representing Puerto Rico, his home state of Virginia, a man who's traveled to Puerto Rico and Mexico to compete. He has highly touted as one of the top-ranked young flyers on the regional circuit.
Can't wait to see what he brings. Anytime we get a new talent here in MLW, it's always awesome to see what they bring to the table.
His opponent,
something different.
From Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 1.21 gigawatts, the Time Splitter, Kushida.
Kushida has one of the most diverse fighting styles anywhere in the world. He's competed in mixed martial arts, of course, one of the most decorated junior heavyweights in the history of New Japan Pro Wrestling, multiple-time Super Junior Cup tournament champion, multiple-time tag team champion, time splitters, jet setters. Name whoever you want. The constant is Kushida.
Yeah, Kushida's been doing this for a long time at a high level, like you said, multiverse in a lot of different styles. And, you know, Diego Hill, I've actually seen him before, and he's got a lot of talent. I talked to him before the show. He's excited for this opportunity. He wants to show the MLW faithful what he's all about.
Did you give him some advice?
That's between me and him. He may have paid me for some advice, Tom.
Oh, yeah. Depends if the payment went through or not. But
it was cash. A deal in cash.
That explains it right there. And the determination in the eyes of Diego Hill explains what an important opportunity this is to him. Somebody who loves to have fun and loves to entertain the fans, but right now it's not about any of that. It is about, can you go on a high competitive level with a man that has done this for so long all over the world? And Austin, I would think you'd be watching with a vested interest, because in that Opera Cup video that we just saw, you're matched up with Kushida in the opening round bracket.
Oh, is that what you saw?
Why do you keep asking me that? We watched the same thing.
Well, I'll be doing my job here, and I'll be analyzing this fight and taking a few extra notes.
That was a beautiful Imanari roll into a heel hook there, if you want to analyze it.
How do you spell that?
Imanari. N-A-R-I. All right. Mazakatsu. I'll find a counter for that.
Austin taking notes here at the desk, but Kushida did a great job in the early going. Obviously, the reputation comes in, and there's a very rich free agent market out there today. And MLW always has their finger on the pulse of who's next in line. And so
that.
many great prospects that have come into MLW and broken out to become some of the greatest grapplers and champions that we've ever seen. So Kushida, I think, has studied Diego Hill as well. Check out that incredible agility.
Quick. He's quick as a cat.
And great agility as well. Bouncing up the ropes takes Kushida down.
Like Don Gato, right? Don the cat.
Here we go with a low drop kick.
You got to give it to Diego Hill, right? He's coming in here against a vaunted competitor, one of the absolute best in the world. And he's making a name for himself so far in this matchup.
Yeah, it doesn't seem nervous. Doesn't seem like it's moving too fast for him. Seems right now he's in control.
Nice knife edge chop. Tom, how much do you think nerves and intimidation play a factor in a young athlete getting their biggest break today? Oh, geez, speaking of break, and broken the arm.
Well, this is where you make or break your career. This is where you find out, are you ready to go? Can you step in there against somebody who's everybody thinks is on another level and show that, quite frankly, that they're not, that you belong up there with them?
I tell you what, you might have nerves in there, but the first time you get kicked in the mouth, or in this case, kicked in the arm, the nerves go away. You realize you're in a fight. No time to be nervous if you want to survive.
Yeah, what we've seen out of Diego Hill so far, even though it's been short time, is, you know, I don't think he's going to give up.
Wait a minute, Kushida looking for that hoverboard lock. That Kimura, one of Kushida's specialties.
And the ropes are right there if Diego Hill just reaches out.
Diego did a great job of keeping his vertical base, which took away some of Kushida's leverage. Oh, you gotta believe with being in a move like that long, the damage is done.
What is this?
Checking the time.
Can't smoke in here.
He's putting out the metaphorical cigarette.
Fire marshal will kick us all
out. On the
back
of Diego Hill. I think you're allowed to do metaphors.
Time for a smoke break.
So one thing that really works in your favor, right, Diego Hill, being new, is you don't have a book out on you yet. People can't really scout you, right, because they're not familiar with you. Been wrestling some obscure matches, not on a mainstream level, so there's not a lot to scout. Again, I'm seeing Kushida going after an arm. I would think that maybe taking a leg away from a guy like Diego Hill would be a better strategy, being so quick and athletic.
Well, not to give it away too much, but, I mean, that's Kushida's game plan. He wants that hoverboard lock, so he's doing what's native to him. He's going back to that arm, trying to get the win with what he does best.
Well, right there, he just got caught with a beautiful handspring into that cutter.
Yeah, check out the offensive explosion by Diego Hill, a self-described wild Boricua playing into his Puerto Rican heritage. And we'll see how deep down he can dig and how much mobility he has on that arm, because this is the biggest opening Diego Hill's had thus far.
He's got to start speeding up the pace here. He's back to his vertical base. He's got to start using that quickness to his advantage, athleticism that he showed earlier. I went sit here and strike in the middle of the ring with Kushida.
Diego Hill played soccer his entire time growing up. He always pushed his team. He always took that leadership role to motivate them, to be better, to win trophies. Now can Diego Hill motivate himself to rise above to a new level?
While he was playing soccer, Kushida was fighting people. Kushida was winning mixed martial arts fights. So can he overcome that? Can he overcome the experience advantage?
Kushida targets the arm again. But Diego! Nothing wrong with the right. Nothing wrong with the legs. Pump kick. Takes out the knee. Check out this combo. Diego Hill lightning fast.
Go for a cover, kid.
Is that going to be enough? No.
How much did he pay you for that? Go for a cover.
Well, that's how you win the match, Tom.
Diego Hill looking good, though. That burst of offense, that quick.
Got to keep the momentum going.
Well, he's only got one arm. He's got to try to shake some feeling back into that arm, because there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, when you have an opening with someone the level of Kushida, the experience level, you got to take it.
Oh, that was a mistake. Diego left his arm exposed, trying to elevate Kushida. But broke out the hoverboard lock.
Yeah, and I think that was actually on the other arm.
Kushida blocked it.
Oh, man.
What a veteran maneuver right there.
I think any appendage is dangerous when Kushida's within reach. He charges in, but Diego... Oh!
Yeah, but you see how he landed? There's not a lot of ringside area here. His legs came down pretty hard on the guardrail.
He's up, ready to go. Adrenaline's a hell of a drug.
It sure is. Wait about 5 minutes, 10 minutes from now.
Diego's feeling no pain now. He's got to seize the moment. Kushida's in jeopardy. Huge flying forearm smash. Got to consider this an upset. I mean, where's it? Oh, man, how close can you get?
And got to consider it an upset. It'd be one of the biggest ones I've ever seen.
Yeah, and we were about a quarter of a second from seeing it.
I mean, if I would have lost it, I probably would just retire.
Diego Hill still struggling with the feeling and the mobility in the left arm, but blocking that out to take a chance.
Well, and he had that right arm attacked with the hoverboard lock, too, for a second.
Kushida bridges the distance.
You know, you get to this level, and a lot of your arsenal that maybe put other men away doesn't work when you start getting in the ring with a guy like Kushida. You start wondering, asking yourself, what do I got to do? What else do I have in my arsenal that might be enough to put this man away? And so far, Diego Hill hasn't been able to find it.
Notice Kushida muscled himself back up, upright, to get in Hill's face. The headbutts, but Kushida fires back. Tajiri-esque, one of his trainers and mentors, as he comes through with that handspring kick.
Oh, he's going to hold the arm now. He's going to look for a flying arm bar off the top rope, the way he's got him hooked.
Got
There it is. Got him. Nowhere to go.
Can he extend that arm?
And right into the Juji Gatame. He got the full extension.
Just tap, kid. Live for another day.
Oh, he's fighting. He's getting him stacked. This is a good position for Diego Hill. Yeah. He's lifting him. He's still caught in the triangle choke.
Incredible strength and reach from Diego, who powers his way out of the cross arm breaker. Incredible.
But does he have the steam on those strikes?
Good question. Oh, Kushida going to make sure he doesn't.
You can see him favoring the arm.
Discus forearm, but Diego comes back. Oh! Kushida's seen that a time or two. It was meant toward Tajiri and a palm strike.
It's Shotzi.
Shades of Jushin Liger and an ear fall.
Not only that, but shades of Takada from UWF, one of his old trainers.
Wait a minute. Back to the future counter. Inside cradle. Inside cradle nearly beat Kushida. What an incredible night for Diego Hill. A prospect putting his name on the map, but couldn't have been shut down there from Kushida's low drop kick.
Listen, he's going move for move, toe-to-toe with a guy who's a legend that's been doing it for almost 2 decades.
And back to the future. Kushida packages him up and beats him.
Wow. Here is your winner. Tell you what, no shame in that.
No, that was not an easy victory for Kushida. And I mean, guys, I think Diego Hill showed that he belongs.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of the best things about MLW as we see.
The guy was a legend.
Incredible impact on the guardrail. I don't know how Diego recovered from that, but no coming back from Back to the Future. Guys, the open door policy gives us matches like this we never thought we would see. Dream matches unfolding before our eyes. Exciting, unpredictable matchups. And this is why fans come clamoring back to MLW time and again. Diego Hill, really, if you didn't know who he was before tonight, a lot more people just became big-time Diego Hill fans. I think Kushida's one of them.
Yeah. You get to see a guy, quite frankly, I didn't know I wanted to see more of before tonight, and now, hey, I'm a Diego Hill fan.
Yeah, I think he does a couple more of my seminars and learns a little more. He's got a good future ahead of him.
Wait a minute, MLW President Cesar Duran out here. He's not empty-handed either. This is uncharacteristic of El Jefe.
Is he going to give Kushida a title? What's he doing?
Maybe just termination papers or something.
Oh, my. He's going to fire him here on air.
Diego,
come on.
Tonight, you showed the world why MLW's open door policy exists. You are a sensation. You are a fighter, and you belong here. So I'm not gonna waste another second.
Make sure you read the fine print, kid.
Cesar Duran offering a contract.
An MLW contract. So, what do you say?
Es mi tiempo! Have your lawyer look at it first.
official contract to Major League Wrestling on the entire trajectory of this young man's career just changed for the better in one night. MLW's open door policy gives us a brand new star in the making. Saturday, August 9th, prepare for an electrifying night of action as Major League Wrestling presents Blood and Thunder. Making her explosive MLW debut, the Chaos Maker, Shotzi, collides with Ava Everett in a match made official by El Presidente's daughter, Selena De La Renta, earlier tonight. Then, history unfolds as the oldest tournament in pro wrestling returns. The 2025 Opera Cup kicks off with an epic grudge match. Mexico's iconic Místico goes one-on-one with the ruthless Ikiro Kwan for the very first time. Plus, legendary two-time MLW World Heavyweight Champion Satoshi Kojima steps into his first ever Opera Cup against the always dangerous Bobby Fish. Can Kojima triumph or will Fish strike him down? And don't blink, Naomi battles Paul London in a high-octane lightning rematch from their unforgettable showdown in Arena, Mexico. Blood and Thunder, Saturday, August 9th at 10 p.m. Eastern. Watch on BN Sports or stream worldwide for free on MLW's YouTube channel. This is Blood and Thunder. Certainly we're awaiting Blood and Thunder in just a few weeks' time and the Opera Cup, but right now, joined by the man that captured that Opera Cup a year ago, Místico, who's been mired by injury in recent times, a tricep injury, and then the theft of not only his MLW middleweight title as he tried to surrender it, but the mask as well. Hope to get an update on Místico's condition. What's next for LA de Plata y Oro? Here tonight in New York City, we await with
Nueva York!
What the hell is this? Oh, no, not now. Oh, you know this is a message. It's a Sentai Death Squad. It's Contra Unit trying to take another shot at Místico after Ikiro Kwan tried to break his neck, take his mask, and systematically deconstruct his identity. There's more. Oh, no. What? And a man in a mask, and what the hell? What the?
In the world?
What?
Huh?
That's MJF!
You've got to be kidding me.
Maxwell Jacob Friedman, the man that unmasked Místico on AEW Dynamite and fought Místico in Arena Mexico, and MJF has come to MLW to continue his war with Místico. What the hell is this? MJF is back in MLW.
Místico. Shut up, Joe.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!
That's right.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!
Místico, while you're laying down there holding your little cucarachas, I need you to listen to me real quick. I ain't through with you yet, boy, not by a long shot. We're gonna wrestle again, and when we do, I am going to beat you within an inch of your life. And that's after I'm done making a mockery of your country, your countrymen, and your company of CMLL. Listen, puta madre cabrón. Listen, because my name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you.
Well, Místico beat MJF by disqualification in Arena Mexico recently on AEW's Grand Slam Mexico, and MJF clearly not over it. MJF's infiltrated MLW. What the hell?
hostage situation.
Hey, little girl, stop.
What do you want, little one?
Your ass.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Who are you?
Frank Drebin, Police Squad. The new version.
That's the sound of the police.
Hi, Daddy. It's me, Frank Jr. Love you.
Hey, Dad. Boy, do I miss you.
Sound of the police.
The following fight is set for one fall with a 45-minute time limit, and it is for the MLW National Openweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Phoenix, Arizona, weighing in at 270 pounds, Alex Hammerstone.
Still recovering from what we saw out here live, MJF and MLW, but right now it's about the MLW Openweight Championship, a title Hammerstone put on the map, very first ever title holder, never beaten for that title, by the way. And when Hammerstone saw Ultimo Guerrero with that championship during an interview I conducted with him at Azteca Lucha, things turned from, well, verbal to physical and got very, very nasty between these two athletes.
Hammerstone, every time I see him.
And his opponent, from Gomez, Palacio, Durango, Mexico, weighing in at 95 kilos, he is the current, reigning, and defending MLW National Openweight Champion, Ultimo Guerrero.
Every time I see Hammerstone, he looks like he adds about 10 pounds of muscle, but he's looking to add about 10 pounds more around his waist there, like 10 pounds of gold. Yeah, Ultimo Guerrero's parading around the ring.
Yeah, that's got to be something that Guerrero needs to keep in mind, that 34 years of experience from Ultimo Guerrero led him to defeating Matthew Justice for that openweight title down in Arena, Mexico, during that incredible week-long tour of CMLL versus MLW. And then at Azteca Lucha last month, over Xander Gunn Jr. and Barbaro Cavernario, successful three-way championship defense. This man also a five-time trio champion, six-time tag team champion, one of the most respected luchadors in all the world. And to come into MLW and take one of our top titles speaks volumes of what Ultimo Guerrero is capable of. And we've seen Guerrero do that to psych out his opponents before the match. But Hammerstone, that may only serve to wake him up. Now what?
Speaking of waking up.
MLW, we have a problem.
Matthew Justice, the former champion.
What's the problem?
Hey, Hammer, it's me, your boy Justice, to remind you that you don't get to just walk right back into the door, into the batter's box, you juiced up freak.
Ooh.
And Ultimo Guerrero, don't think that I forgot about you, my old friend. You see, 1 month ago, you beat me in Arena, Mexico, but I'm still standing here. And I never got my rematch. So as far as I'm concerned, triple threat match. I was born to raise hell. So what do you say, New York City? I become a two-time champion right here tonight.
That's a bold challenge.
Wait. So, Justice, you won in on this match? New York! What do you say? Do you want Justice to fight for the title in a three-way rematch? Right here, right now! Then, so it shall be. Ring the bell!
Wow, Cesar Duran, a big-time decision. And you got to wonder, how this will rent space in the head potentially of both champion and challenger, because their entire strategy got turned upside down.
Completely changed the game. You're preparing for a one-on-one encounter, and all of a sudden now you got 3 men in there.
And now your odds of winning go down. If you're the champion, there's 2 guys in there who could take your belt.
If I'm Ultimo Guerrero, I'm really upset right now. Is that what I signed up for?
I mean, Hammerstone doesn't have a reason to be happy either.
Not at all. Hammerstone, especially now on the receiving end from both Ultimo and Justice, working in tandem. And they may need to, because Hammerstone, the biggest threat, some 644 days as Openweight champion. The only reason he is no longer Openweight champion, he surrendered that title when he beat Jacob Fatu for the MLW World title. And Justice and Guerrero!
Now I want to make sure, because this was made up on the fly. Is this one pinfall to a finish? Is this elimination? What's the strategy in this match? Do we know?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, it's one fall.
One fall to a finish.
And this, a return match of what we saw in Arena Mexico. Ultimo Guerrero, Matthew Justice, they went north of 19 minutes, beating the hell out of each other before Ultimo became the brand new national openweight champion. Also, Guerrero, a successful title defense a few weeks ago down in Arena Mexico against Hechicero at a CML event, Martes Populares.
Yeah, well, this ain't Arena Mexico. This is New York City. There's no home field advantage right now. And now he's got to fight 2 men, and he could actually lose his title and not even be pinned.
It's also true. Justice charges back, and maybe Justice felt a little bit forgotten about. Felt like his openweight title contributions were maybe overlooked by someone like Hammerstone, who wasn't here when Justice was making everybody buy the ticket and take the ride in the openweight division.
Yeah, well, Hammerstone better get back in that ring, because you can't win the match if you're on the outside, but you sure can lose it in this one.
Ultimo's double tough, though. We've seen that time and again. When you talk staying power, you talk longevity, you talk number of championships. Certainly Ultimo leads the pack. You talk about domination as champion. Hammerstone in a class unto itself here in MLW. And Justice breaks off with a tornado DDT. Nicely done. Justice's devil-may-care style may help him here in a wide-open match like this, but only a 2 count.
Yeah, Justice is reckless as ever, and that usually works to his advantage. You know, he's a big guy out there to be doing a tornado DDT. Now we got another big guy climbing up to the top.
Yeah, Justice is one of those guys who's deceptively big. Oh my God! You want to talk about doing something people your size normally can't do? Hammerstone fell out of the sky.
It's like throwing a refrigerator off the 2nd-story window.
Who can do that?
Hammerstone, probably.
Here comes Hammer. Maybe demonstrate on Justice. The belly to belly. My God. And Ultimo gets the same.
If I'm not mistaken, Hammerstone just recently won a bodybuilding competition.
Oh, and very avid competitive bodybuilder.
Natural.
To be a 2-sport athlete at this level is crazy. It's unbelievable, the amount of dedication it takes.
Oh, torture rack on Justice takes him down. This could be all. 2 count only. Justice reigned as openweight champion 174 days. Number of successful defenses as well. As Justice, there you can see, he shrugs off the pain. He is not somebody who maybe will think and reason before going into a big fight situation. He just reacts.
Not quite sure what kind of shrugs you do. He slapped himself in the face there to get rid of that. He gave himself a little bit more pain to forget about the pain he was in.
Hey, whatever helps. Ultimo chips him up.
He's going to be in more pain here in a second, I got a feeling.
Yeah, that'll wake him up. Jeez! He wants some pain to wake him up. He's wide awake right now.
And Justice hit his head off that guardrail. The velocity, Guerrero came in with that baseball slide. But there you see the advantage of a 3-way match. If you're that odd man out, you can take advantage of someone not paying attention.
Yeah, and here's an opening. You got one of the men on the outside, not to interfere or break up the pin. Here's a great opportunity to win the match.
Hammer immediately targeted gold after returning Battle Riot 7. He was the Iron Man that match. Over 35 minutes. But right now, Guerrero, well, we know how adept he can be from the second turnbuckle.
Impressive.
Super gourd buster. Is that going to be enough?
I guess Ultimo Guerrero could throw the fridge off the second story
There you go.
there.
Now we know.
I'm not sure if Hammerstone has ever felt something like that in his career.
They weren't even psychologically what damage that does to the man, right? Not used to be tossed around like that.
You can see the thick frame of Ultimo Guerrero. He packs a lot of power and has demonstrated that very thing in this match. But can he go strike for strike with the longest reigning champion in MLW history? Oh, jeez.
Oh!
Hammerstone, 865 days, I believe he was a champion. Look out! Hits that sick kick when Justice scores the spear!
He was like Usain Bolt coming at him.
And Guerrero takes out Justice.
You gotta have eyes in the back of your head in a three-way match like this.
Yeah, Justice not sure where he is, but instinctively he wants to get up and fight.
Like a rabid animal.
All three men are down. This is what the Openweight Championship means to everybody here. Hammerstone held it longer than anyone. Over 850 days. He was the first man. He put it on the map. He made it one of the most prestigious championships in all the wrestling world.
Where would you put Matt Justice's ring IQ up there at?
Like 42 or something.
42?
That's not good.
Listen, I'm not saying Matthew Justice, like I said, he's not a great at reasoning what's good for his body, but he's good at reasoning how to hurt an opponent, that's for sure.
But I also don't see many men in this business who smile the more they get punched and kicked and hurt. The more punishment Matthew Justice takes, the bigger the smile gets on his face. Now he's really grinning.
Hammerstone takes a blatant cheap shot, and that's certainly not the attitude that propelled Hammer to all that title success.
I think it was an accident.
Twisting power slam.
He's just getting too big. He doesn't have the flexibility he used to have.
Oh, that's not true at all. You see him hit that drop kick earlier? Well, this could be the nightmare pendulum. Hammerstone, if he hits this, we could have a new Justice takes to the air.
Talk about a pendulum that swung in the other direction after that boot from Matthew.
Yeah, I gotta believe Hammerstone, if he would have hit that, and Justice was not the third man in the match, Hammerstone would have had this match won already.
Big risk.
To your point.
Well, we're not sure if it's big.
And Ultimo, yeah, he called for it. The Guerrero special. And Justice is prone. Justice is and the Guerrero special scores. Ultimo Guerrero is still the Openweight champion. Hammer didn't get it in time.
Here is your winner, and still MLW National Openweight Champion, Ultimo Guerrero!
How angry is Alexander Hammerstone? Wasn't even supposed to be in the match. Matthew Justice takes the pinfall, costing Hammerstone his opportunity at the Openweight Championship. Just wasn't quick enough to get in there. Look at him. He's angry. He's got every right to be.
Hammerstone is absolutely stewing, but to that point, the resiliency, the adjustment of Ultimo Guerrero to still come out on top and go back to CMLL Arena Mexico with that National Openweight Championship. Hammerstone came back to reclaim what he felt would still be his. Hammerstone never got pinned. Hammerstone never agreed to a three-way match. And all those thoughts are going through Hammer's mind right now.
You see that? He said mano a mano. He said, let's do singles match.
Hammer doesn't want to hear it. He doesn't want to hear anything from him.
Well, I mean, it's not Ultimo's fault, to be fair. Ultimo took the fight like a proud champion should.
Ultimo did just dance in his face. Stop that.
That too. It's not always that graceful, but He is the Openweight champion, and he is the man to beat. Legend of 34 years and counting. Ultimo Guerrero continues to represent MLW back home at CMLL, and we're going to hear from an enraged Hammer.
You listen here, and you listen good. You see, I left MLW as the alpha male at the very top. I left MLW as the locker room leader. And y'all should have fought a lot harder to stop me. You should have never let me go. I'm not talking about the office. I'm not talking about making more money. I'm talking about the boys in the back. You see, you should have all scratched, clawed, and done anything you could to keep me here and put me down for good. Because I did leave. And something up here changed while I was gone. Because you see, now I am back. And I don't want to be the locker room leader. I want to be the locker room ruler. I didn't come back here to brush against greatness and almost win a championship just to have greasy-haired, outlaw mud show Matt Justice ruin it for me. Despite what any of you want, I came back to be at the very top. I came back to be MLW World Heavyweight Champion. Because Matt Riddle, let's face it, you are not a threat to me. You're just a thumbnail on OnlyFans.
Hammerstone calling out the champion, but Matthew Justice, out of nowhere, obviously he took exception to Hammer's comments, and this fight is continuing. Keep in mind, if not for Matthew Justice inserting himself in that match, Hammer could have hit that nightmare pendulum, and this thing's escalated far beyond the Openweight title and looks to have some very personal feelings as well.
Yeah, nobody wants to come out here and stop this either. Ow!
Jesus, slam on the stage. We need every body we can. They just plowed through our cameraman. Hammerstone and Justice.
Better get some more help out here. These guys aren't going to do anything.
Everybody intimidated to get between them. When these men are enraged, good luck stopping them.
You want to get between them?
Oh, they're going to need more people. They're going to need a lot more people than this.
You should go down there, Tom. You go help.
Justice and Hammerstone.
He called out the other Matt.
This brawl continues. Get him stopped. Get him stopped.
Welcome to the land of fights. Grudge fights, title fights, bloody fights, fast fights, dangerous fights. Unfiltered fighters who show no mercy. They journey to one place. It's called Fightland. Major League Wrestling, where the fights find you. Live from Dallas, Texas, September 13th on YouTube and beIN Sports.
Our MLW World Title fight is on tap. Our tail of the tape presented by Mars. Austin, what stands out?
Well, I'll tell you right now, Kenta experience. He is the best striker in the sports. Mars, the Martial Arts Advanced Research System, actually charted Kenta's kicks, traveling 72 miles an hour with 158 pounds of force. That is the best in the business, and Riddle needs to shut down Kenta's striking to have a chance here tonight, but I don't think it's going to happen. What do you think, Tom? How's Riddle going to survive Kenta here tonight?
Riddle's going to survive just like he has every single time he steps in there. He's going to rely on his mixed martial arts background. He's going to take it to the ground, and he's going to ground and pound Kenta until he gets that win tonight.
Let's find out. Let's send it to the ring. Rich Palladino for the introduction. Well, this is a man that called his shot. I was conducting an interview with Kenta a few months ago, and he said he wants, Matt Riddle, he wants the MLW World Title. It was his singular focus. And tonight, you can see all the talent under one roof. Kenta representing Pro Wrestling Noah. In addition to CMLL, New Japan Pro Wrestling, AEW talent has shown up in MJF, and of course all the stars of Major League Wrestling. Truly a melting pot of all that is great about our sport in 2025. The king of the pros, Matt Riddle, has been a marked man, whether it's been by St. Laurent, Donovan Dijak, and Bishop Dyer, who've only grown power and influence with the tag titles in their possession, or by Contra Unit, with Mads Cruel Kruger possessing that Gravity Gamble guaranteed title shot briefcase. To not only that, but surviving 39 challengers at once in Battle Riot, Matt Riddle has fought the world and still stands tall, but is he ready to fight a man who innovated and revolutionized much of the world we all live in today?
Ladies and gentlemen, your Major League Wrestling Summer of the Beasts main event is set for one fall with a 60-minute time limit, and it is for the MLW World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger to my right, from Saitama, Japan, weighing in at 187 pounds, this is KENTA! And his opponent to my left, from Allentown, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 216 pounds, he is the current reigning and defending MLW World Heavyweight Champion, the King of Bros, Matt Riddle!
It is a dream match atmosphere, as there's the prize, the MLW World Title. Matt Riddle worked for 7 years to attain, as he's challenged by a former Pro Wrestling Noah GHC Heavyweight Champion. in Kenta, a 2024 Opera Cup finalist in Kenta, who defeated Akira, TJP, Bobby Fish, all on the way to the finals in one of maybe the greatest Opera Cup matchup we ever saw against Mystico. Will Kenta bring the world title into Blood and Thunder Saturday, August 9th, 10 Eastern, free on YouTube or beIN Sports? We will find out. Kenta versus Riddle. Of course, Kenta, a revolutionary kickboxer and striker in this sport, but Tom, certainly one of Riddle's best assets has always been his striking ability, which goes back to the long reach he has. Is Riddle prepared for Kenta?
Matt Riddle's prepared for anything. You don't become the MLW World Heavyweight Champion without being prepared for whatever somebody's going to throw at you. In training camp over the past almost a year now, we've been getting ready for everything. Kenta, he's got great strikes. Austin Aries said he's the best he's ever seen when it comes to striking in the ring. Well, it's not just a striking match. This is a professional wrestling match. And Matt Riddle has more tools. He's on his game tonight, and he's on a roll like we haven't seen here in MLW.
At least you're not biased.
Well, we know that Tom Law, I mean, he's part of the fight camp. He's part of the Filthy Bros. We know he's going to side with Matt Riddle.
Well, maybe we should go down there and go offer him some emotional support.
Why do you keep trying to get rid of people?
There's nothing wrong with having some confidence in your training partners, having some confidence in your man, and that's exactly what I have here when it comes to Matt Riddle. He's one of the best guys in the world for a reason. He is the best guy in the world right now.
He's at the top of his game, but Kenta's a different beast.
Kenta has said, quote, "I'm going to take what I want." Very short, succinct, and cold and focused is Kenta's words, and in many respects his actions as well, as Riddle goes for a leg pick, and both men start this matchup grappling on the mat.
Yeah, Riddle able to get a quick takedown with a double leg there, but hey.
You got to think about some of the men Kenta's been in the ring with in his career, right? Like Kobashi, right? Like some of these big heavyweights over in New Japan and in Noah and all these places.
Kobashi's actually, he trained him, I believe. He was his mentor early on.
So do you think he sweats someone like Matt Riddle? Or that he hasn't faced someone who strikes like Matt Riddle or has the acumen of Matt Riddle? That's what he's done his whole career.
I'm not saying, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's scared. He doesn't sweat what Matt Riddle's going to bring, but there's going to be one winner and there's going to be one loser tonight.
Kenta first started calling out the MLW World Champion in February after a decisive win at Super Fight. And in mid-May, doubled down during a press junket in Tokyo, demanding a shot at Riddle, promising to bring the gold back to Japan. As Riddle, using that long leg reach, to attempt to body scissors Kenta.
And I'll say this is probably not where Kenta wants to be. He doesn't want to be in the mat grappling with Riddle. I'll give Riddle the advantage in submissions, jiu-jitsu. But again, unlike an octagon in a wrestling ring, you know, these ropes provide you an out, even if you're caught in something.
Weekly Fight magazine, the most widely read wrestling publication in all of Japan, in our press box covering this event.
There were some disparaging remarks about me in the past, if you want to point them out.
Yeah, we'll handle that after the broadcast, perhaps.
Were they accurate, though?
Yes.
I do believe in freedom of the press, but that's a whole other discussion. As Kenta backs Riddle into the corner.
I'm careful here. I tried this once to get a clean break, and he busted my eardrum with one. Yep.
Oh! Riddle looking for that cutter.
There's a couple of high-level guys right there. Got their opponent scouted right off the bat.
And Riddle was taught that by one of the best to do it. So, well, go to sleep. Kenta looking go to sleep. We talk about the innovation and the influence of Kenta. That G2S go to sleep has been has been used and used again in many different variations. But it started with Kenta, who now the victim of that gut wrench side suplex.
Yeah, beautiful reverse gut there.
Oh. Both these guys have the capability to knock you out with one blow, right? So you have to be careful.
Oh. Riddle blocked the first attempt. Kenta caught him on the rebound and mocking Matt Riddle's, let's say, tribute.
And you're not going to get in the head of Kenta. You're not going to play psychological games with them.
Oh, the long reach of the legs of Riddle takes Kenta to the outside, but you're absolutely right, Austin. You're not going to intimidate Kenta by who you know or who you've teamed with or who you fashion yourself after, because Kenta is as unique and original as they come.
Long known for having a bad attitude, is that guy.
Well, I want to ask you this, Tom. You know, Riddle's had some rib issues recently. How are they? Are they healed? Is he 100%? Is he close enough? Is it something that's still nagging him?
I mean, you know as well as I do, you're never 100% where you're going in there. You know, Matt said is the best he's going to be right now.
Fisherman suplex, hooks the arms, but could not get the 3 count. Riddle's, of course, ribs originally injured by Donovan Dijak, Bishop Dyer at the behest of St. Laurent back at Battle Riot 7. And Riddle has taken no time off since that point. Proton into the cover.
You can see there, it just took one punch earlier from Kenta to the stomach of Matt to make him break that pinning attempt. So, you know, perhaps he's got the same idea that you do.
Dexterity of Kenta, able to kick from his back. Got the Proton off again that time, hook at the leg. 2 count only.
Yeah, that's something both these guys share, right? They can get you from so many different angles. Positions you wouldn't normally think a guy can catch you from and strike, but both these guys have that capability.
Riddle opening up, and it always impresses me that Riddle is able to do that without boots or knee pads or shin guards or anything, but still fire off with that kind of intensity.
That's just a conditioning, a deadening of those pain sensors in the shins.
Make sure to supplement with a lot of fish oil for the joints.
Muay Thai style here with these knees out of the clinch. And look at suplex, Kenta counters.
Yeah, you got it. Point of the elbow right to the ear.
Up the head too early, and Riddle leverage him over. Oh, gee, and that, as much disrespect as it is damage, Kenta's sending a mental message as he comes down with a double stomp.
Yeah, I saw that coming. I had some flashbacks. You want to be sipping soup for a week. Kenta will be the guy to help you do it.
Kenta could be just the second man to take the MLW World title. Back to Japan, of course, the first, the legendary Satoshi Kojima. And that title is so well revered and respected over there, thanks in large part to what Kojima did to it. Kenta would no doubt be greeted as a hero to bring that back home. The Japanese wrestling scene, senton of his own by Kenta, and Riddle gets the shoulder up.
I guess turnabout's is fair play, and the mind of Kenta landed some kicks, and the kicks to Matt's chest and back had some real steam on him.
And certainly, Tom, knowing the leg strength of Kenta, a maneuver like this that may not be that dangerous under anyone else's usage. With Kenta involved, though, that changes the move.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, over the past few months, I mean, Kenta's really got himself into some good shape. You know, he looks motivated, looks ready to go, getting back to the top of his game.
Middle of the ropes, the advantage again of the long reach.
You know, he was dealing with injuries for a while, and that kind of hindered him, but looks like he's in tip-top shape here.
Yeah, I know for a while he was really dealing with this kind of reoccurring shoulder injury. He had some surgery on it. And, you know, you wonder if that might be a spot that Riddle looks to take advantage of at some point.
And that was an injury that was exacerbated by Donovan Dijak a few months ago. Put Kenta on the shelf for a couple of months here in MLW. Came back and fought valiantly, much as he is here with Riddle, who's firing back with the overhead chops and the leg lace takedown. Kenta counters.
I was going to say, if Matt can lock up, he's lucky enough to lock up that bro mission, maybe he could target that arm, but he needs to worry about getting back to his own feet and back on the offensive here.
You got an ACL, MCL, meniscus, and all sorts of things that you can destroy with that dragon screw.
Chops and forearms by Riddle, but Kenta holding his own.
And this is where Kenta tries to get in your head, right? He says, bring it. He wants to eat your best shot, show you it doesn't phase him, so you start to question if you have what it takes to put him away.
Even dating back to the UFC, Riddle, one of his strongest categories was always strikes landed. And the fact that Kenta's able to absorb that and respond in kind speaks a lot to how much of Matt Riddle's playbook Kenta's able to absorb.
Yeah, to your point, you know, Riddle's a volume striker. As this match wears on, you know, he's going to have a chance to land more and more strikes, whereas Kenta, he's been able to land those big blows so far. He's been able to put Matt on the back foot with those heavy strikes. And that's where we're laying right now.
And it's not just the power with the strikes, but it's the accuracy, right? Like those ones he was putting in the back, right in the spine, or maybe finding a kidney. You know, these places that are going to really do some damage.
Yeah, every single strike he throws is with that intent.
And Riddle firing back, and check out the reach. I think most normal fighters would not be able to connect with Kenta on the apron like that, but Kenta crashing down, and the point of that elbow on maybe the knee, I couldn't see exactly specifically where, but Riddle got chopped down quickly.
Yeah, Kenta's been targeting his legs. You know, early on, Matt Riddle threw a low kick, and Kenta used a Muay Thai block, and since then, you know, Riddle's legs have been...
Now Kenta toying with Riddle, taunting him.
Yeah, but you're not going to get in Matt's head either. He's not going to be fazed by this.
You may piss him off. Kenta on the throat. Drop step, German suplex.
Just deadlifted him out of nowhere.
How quickly Riddle switched directions and got behind Kenta after all the punishment he's withstood.
And two, just being taller than Kenta, was able to drop his base to get that leverage and snap off that German real nice. Now he's going to the high rent district.
Look how quickly Kenta pops up, absorbs what he has felt so far because he saw Riddle in a vulnerable position.
High rent districts everywhere here in New York, I think, isn't it? But they're up to the extreme high rent here.
They'll try to drive the elbow into the back of the head as Kenta tries to elevate Riddle, who's trying to get a death grip around that turnbuckle with his legs. And Kenta falls first. Champion adjusts. Perches high above. Got caught. And how ironic that the cutter that Riddle went for at the outset of this match was used against him when it mattered most from Kenta. Drapes the arm, new champion.
Wasn't able to hook that leg. Gave Riddle an out, and he found it.
Champion adjusts. Perches high above. Kenta caught Riddle coming in. All that impact working against Matt Riddle. And yeah, if Riddle was 2 or 3 inches shorter, this matchup could have been over with a new champion. Straight into the face.
You don't want to be in the corner like this. The turnbuckle. Kenta
great hang time. Incredible impact.
There's just nowhere to go. He comes in with that drop kick right in your face, and you have nowhere to go to protect yourself.
Kenta, you can't smoke with me, goddammit.
Kenta
looking to drive the feet into the ribs.
Yeah, stop, and he connects.
No.
Yes.
Oh, that was such
a cover.
A violent collision. Riddle having trouble breathing. Oh, just barely slides that shoulder. And Kenta, you can sense, is really locking into the zone now.
And listen, he's controlled the majority of this match.
Kenta having fun with these fans. Did not do the go to sleep signal they may be most used to. He did his own, but Riddle takes advantage. And the shoulder's almost trapped, but the power of Riddle overwhelms Kenta. Bone to the knee, to the side of the cheekbone. Riddle hooks the leg, and Kenta finds the rope.
I thought we had it there. Both men now have lived to see themselves survive by finding that rope to break the pin.
And Riddle looked like he was going to ascend the turnbuckle, but there's not enough distance between him and Kenta.
Yeah, Kenta put himself in the corner.
Yeah, by design, and Riddle
gonna make him pay for it.
Firing off with those forearms. But either direction, the exploder suplex.
You now want to be caught up against the ropes. Much like in the cage with Matt Riddle.
After another Broton, Matt Riddle Gonna take a chance. Caught himself, lands on his feet, rolls through, does the champion.
But he got caught.
And KENTA. Looking armbar.
Got an omoplata locked on. He's going for the game over. He's looking for the face lock.
He's got him in the center, too.
Matt, fight the hand. See if he can grip. Come on.
Come on, KENTA, crank him.
Matt, get the finger.
Crank it.
Riddle trying to turn his body any way he can to get some relief. But the ring was, oh wait, rolled through. KENTA's shoulders are down. And KENTA rolled back into a dominant position. And you can just see the awkward torque, the arch on that shoulder of Riddle was about ready to pop out of the socket.
He might have saved himself for grabbing that rope, or it would have been popped right out of the socket.
KENTA measures Matt Riddle.
Might have to get the trainers on that one after.
Why don't you go give him a bag of ice ready, Tom? Such a good friend. He's going to need it, I think, by the end of this match.
Tiger suplex by KENTA.
Oh.
Charging through. Busaiku knee into the cover. KENTA's got the title. Riddle gets the shoulder up. Oh. I noticed at ringside a moment ago, George Napolitano, legendary wrestling photographer, the wrestling media from around the world, is watching this important world title fight, all with bated breath, as KENTA lowered the knee pad. G2S, go to sleep on the bone of the knee would end this. Riddle knows it, desperately fighting free. Back in a stalemate, exchanging these forearms.
I got to give Riddle credit, man. He's shown a lot of heart. He's taken a lot of punishment, and he's still coming forward.
Toes right to the face. Oh!
Jeez! KENTA got all of that strike. Open hand, side of the jaw.
Come on, Matt, hands up. Protect yourself.
I think Riddle's dazed. He doesn't know where he is. Now he does. Another cutter attempt. KENTA the back kick. A miss.
Caught it. Got it.
Riddle connects.
Yes.
Looking to KO KENTA. And the Bro Stone will solidify.
Kick out.
Matt Riddle.
Yes.
Still champion.
Here's your winner.
Great job tonight, guys.
MLW.
I gotta go celebrate with the winner.
Heavyweight champion.
The champion.
King of Bros.
The King of Bros.
Riddle.
Great. Get out of here.
Matt Riddle.
Yeah, go celebrate. Thanks. Don't come back.
Well, Tom Lawler gonna go celebrate with his filthy bro brethren, his sparring partner, his training partner, Tom Lawler's so important, and Matt Riddle's entire world championship journey. But there you see Austin, what put the nail in the coffin for KENTA, the Bro Stone right on his head.
And I got to give Riddle credit. That's the toughest test he's had to date. He passed it. I don't know how. I thought tonight was the night that we're going to see a new champion.
Riddle tried to nip up, and you can see the damage done. Maybe to the thigh, to the hip, to the groin, I'm not sure, but absolutely an after effect to the strikes, the submissions, all the damage done up and down the body of Matt Riddle, but he still leaves with the most important prize in the Major League.
Yeah, it was a hell of a fight, hell of a main event here, Major League Wrestling tonight, and I hate to say it, but Matt Riddle, still the MLW World Heavyweight Champion.
Matt Riddle has fought tooth and nail to retain that championship that eluded him for 7 years. KENTA knows he was in the fight of his life tonight. Two proud warriors who pushed one another to their limits in a world title fight that shows you, yeah, styles make fights. Yeah, MLW hits real. There's nothing like a world title fight in Major League Wrestling. Respect for KENTA from all of these fans. Fought his ass off. How can you not be a fan of KENTA? But it's Matt Riddle's moment with his filthy bro partner, filthy Tom Lawler. You know, Tom would have loved to be in the fight tonight, recovering from injuries, but the filthy bros stay on top of the Major League. Bro Matt Riddle, still MLW World Champion.
This summer, the skies darken, the air grows thick, and the calm before the storm is over. Major League Wrestling returns with blood and thunder, a midsummer record where tempers boil and violence strikes like lightning. When the storm hits, no one leaves unscarred. MLW Blood and Thunder, Saturday, August 9th on beIN Sports and streaming worldwide on YouTube.